Okay, good morning UK again. I'm going to try again and do it via video because the live link is not working in this area. Apparently they don't have much Wi-Fi capability. There's only satellites in certain places. But we've arrived this morning to our HaLong Bay 3-day 2-night cruise. We transferred from Hanoi, which is about a 2.5 hour transfer. However, the cruise that we've chosen, which is Stellar of the Seas, actually includes your transfers, and they pick you up from your hotel in Hanoi, and it comes by like a private limousine, and it picks you up outside your hotel, brings you straight to the port, where you arrive at HaLong Bay port, and there is just so many cruise boats and river boats, day boats everywhere. We were then taken by speedboat transfer because your actual cruise ships or yachts or river boats, whichever you've decided to go on, are already anchored up in HaLong Bay. So we then transferred there. And there is something for everybody. There is so many of these options available, and it's a really nice thing to do if you've been traveling around like we have, and we're literally sometimes doing one-night stops in places, and it's exhausting. This is a kind of chill time, and it's really nice because it's full board, all your food is included. It's a little bit of luxury but at a really affordable price, and there's something price bracket for everybody. And the place is a World Heritage Site. It's absolutely stunning, it's beautiful, it's a must-see. So if you're going to do it, you might as well do it and use it as your hotel as well whilst traveling. And they start from, some of the ones that we looked at were $495 for 2 people for 3 days and 2 nights, including all your food. So this is not expensive. That's like about 420 quid. So like £210 each for the 3 days. And then they range right the way up to the super yachts, where they can be, you know, thousands of dollars for the 3-day 2-night, and everything in between. So there's something that suits everyone's budget, and it's an absolute must-see. So you might as well do it and travel at the same time. So we're on this Stellar of the Seas, and there's 2 ships that they've got, or yachts. Elite of the Seas and Stellar of the Seas. The Elite is over there, which is slightly bigger than the one we're on. This is 22 cabins. This one, I believe, is around 45 cabins, slightly bigger. But these are intimate cruises. It's small, you get to know the people on board. We've just got another English couple on here who are on the honeymoon. And then there's obviously the other people. It's not a full cruise that we're on at the moment, but it's so relaxing. They've got all the activities are included as well. So if you want to go paddleboarding or kayaking, although they've just told us we're not allowed to kayak for the last 10 days because a couple went off, which you know that is going to be somebody like Vinny and I. A couple went off kayaking and got lost and ended up down one of these little, I don't know, these little gaps, rivets that they go through. Ended up being gone for 3 days. Cold, tired, hungry, and they had to have search parties to come out and look for them. So because of that, they've stopped kayaking on the HaLong Bay whilst they're looking into safety of how they can prevent this happening again. You just know it would have been me and Vinny. Anyway, thank God it wasn't. But we can still paddleboard. It's all included. You get Tai Chi in the morning, and there's different activities you can do. There's mini golf on board here. There's entertainment, there's musicians and so on. But swimming, there's a swimming pool on here, which apparently it's really nice to do. The sunset swim is sit outside in this swimming pool. Cocktails on the side. There's a barbecue outside where they do the food. When the weather is good, food is done outside. And the food is incredible. We've had lunch today when we arrived, and it was like a I don't know, I think there was about 7 courses weren't there, Vinny? It was ridiculous. We thought we were choosing off the menu, and it was everything on the menu, and the food just kept coming, and it's a very, very high standard. This particular one that we're on is a 9.9 on TripAdvisor. It's exceptional. So really, really good. And the value for money, I think we paid about £750 for 3 days and 2 nights. It should have been about 3 times more than that. It had an offer on, but it's really affordable. And when you think of your hotels you've got to pay for anyway for a couple of nights, and all your food and everything else, activities included, the value for money is exceptional. If you have a look round, you can see here this place, the limestone that just juts out. It still amazes me how it just incredible. And I think if we look over there, the boat that's over there is the day boat of this particular company who have the Stella and the Elite of the Seas. This is their day boat version. It sounds a little bit more party-fied. I can hear there's quite a lot of activity and laughter going on over there, so it looks like they're all doing their activities. We haven't yet been in the water, but we have only been on a couple of hours. They've got a little mini gym on here and a spa, so you know that we're going to be in and having massages here. And again, although the prices are more expensive than Vietnam and as in Thailand where we were, they're still way cheaper than England or the US. And this is like a chill area that is in here where they say to come and watch the sun setting. And then further off the back they have a mini golf area down here, and there's a couple of kids on board here as well, so it is something that you can do with your family. We look round this side here and you can see how beautiful it is. You see just there, the Rosie cruise there, it's still a luxury cruise, but it is slightly more traditional, I would say, in its style than what we're on at the moment. And again, it's entirely, there's something for everybody, but it's a definite chill out way of seeing a bit more of Vietnam. Downstairs, the restaurant area, again, it's really intimate, but you know, it's just enough for 22 cabins, so it only seats sort of 40 odd people there. So you do get to know your waiter. The waiters are really good. They're obviously all very able at taking photographs in their Insta way or whatever. They've been asking to take pictures of us, and they've literally got their cameras down here, up here, round here. But when the pictures came out, they were fantastic, way better than what we could do. So they're obviously very used to it here, but they're just so helpful. Everybody just wants to make your trip as nice and memorable as it possibly can. We'll sort of head down and show you. I mean, it's so small, I can literally give you a tour round. We booked it last minute, so there was only one cabin left available. But you can see down the corridors here. Take you on a little journey. And this is the most important place. This is where you'll find Vinny and I a lot. This is the bar. You can see in the bar, they're already kitted out for Christmas, so making us feel a little bit homesick. There's Christmas decorations all the way around the bar. And again, it's just small, intimate, and if you're bored, you can play games. Then we head into the restaurant, which is where we were greeted today on arrival. Again, really small, intimate. They have a pianist in the corner there who is playing for you whilst you're having lunch and whilst you're having your evening meal, if it's inside and not outside. Again, it has tables and chairs along the outside. Everything's about relaxation and just floating along. We literally are hardly moving. We're anchored at the moment. So we're not moving, but when we are moving, you're moving at tiny amounts. You can see through the window there is another riverboat cruise, and it's slightly different again. You can see, I'll take you outside. Now this one's got a slide coming off it, so it looks like it's quite kid friendly, this one. You can see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. Again, it's still beautiful, and it's got suites and cabins on there. Again, the price point is different with all of them. although it might look like it's a little bit overcast, I know the clouds are there, it's very warm. The heat it is hot here, and obviously the humidity is high, but this is a hell of a lot warmer than where we have been, obviously in the middle of Vietnam when we're in Da Nang and Hoi An, and it was raining constantly. We'll take you down to reception. Cabins are on 3 levels. Just going through to reception. Hi.
Hello.
We've got a Christmas tree, so we are feeling it. As I said, we are missing home. We've only been gone, what, about 3 weeks, but we are starting to miss England. This is the reception area, and then off the back you can do paddleboarding, kayaking, and then they have like a floating mat that you can float across the back of it as well. We'll head towards our cabin. The spa. I don't actually know what cabin number we are.
109.
Thanks. Look at the Christmas decorations on all the cabins. So we've just dumped our stuff in here. And we can see out onto the balcony. So very much like when you're on a cruise ship, the cabin space that you've got, very similar. The balcony is so tranquil. So you can see we've already been on the red wine. But just sat here, just really quiet, watching the world go by. We were watching earlier and we could see jellyfish coming up underneath here.
Oh, yeah. You see jellyfish?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, for those that have watched my video earlier, when we were back in Thailand, you'll know that Vinny had a 15-second pleasure in a Thai toilet.
Can we just call that an experience?
Experience.
Wasn't it?
And just say, this also, the bathroom here, also overlooking, whilst you're laying in the bath, overlooking the HaLong Bay, has one of these experiences. So, we know where I'm going to find Vinny.
I think after I told you, you find you went on that toilet 4 times.
Okay. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of an insight into cruising on the HaLong Bay. And again, like I said, there's so many different companies, different price brackets and so on, but it's well worth it. You're going to get a hotel anyway and you're going to see it, so you might as well go and see it whilst you're cruising around. But this is day 1 for us. As we go on and we go to the caves, I believe on day 3, we've got some trips tomorrow. I'll try and take as much video footage as I can so that you can really understand what you get, because one of the confusing things I found whilst I was trying to book it, and I obviously do travel, is that nothing seemed to explain whether the ships actually do cruise. It sounded very much like they were hotels at sea and they were just in port. Well, there are some of those and they stay in sort of the Halong port and they go back there each night. They go out and they come back. Whereas these ones, you come out by speedboat and they sail around this beautiful area. So these are the ones that do that, and it can be quite confusing, but if anyone is thinking of going to Vietnam and wants to ask me, then please feel free to just drop me a thing, because it is quite a lot to sort of understand. They don't make it clear whether it moves or not. These ones do, but very slowly. They just let you take in the beauty. Anyway, we'll come back to you and let you know how we're getting on. We'll see you all soon.